You're back here, raw reactions. This is gonna be a two-video clip. Um, as the title says, survivor says, gunman told students it's time to die. Wow. Has anyone ever told any of you that it's time to die, and what were the actions, either by you or by the person or persons that told you this? What were your reactions and their reactions?
Kids, most of them just 10 years old in the fourth grade. That's when we'll learn more about those victims of what is the deadliest school shooting in state history. The 19 children who were killed include a fourth grader full of energy who reported to his father was ready to play until nighttime, a 10-year-old who loved football and video games, and a little girl who wanted to go to law school, just like her mother. He also wanted two teachers killed in that shooting, including one who was just named Teacher of the Year. So far, 20 of the 21 victims have been identified. We're looking at them right now. We've learned they were all in the same fourth grade classroom where they were murdered. Somehow, several of their classmates survived. Gochi Loka joins us now with one little boy's story.
Gochi, this is a story that's very difficult to hear. Spray, the fourth grader, says that they were just watching a movie right after PE class when his teacher yells, "Turn off the TV, we're going on lockdown." Next thing you know, gunshots right. Now, his parents actually didn't want him to go on camera, this fourth grader, but he insisted. He wanted to share the details of the nightmare that happened Tuesday. Take a listen.
He says it's time to die, and when I heard the shooting through the door, I told my friend to hide under something so he won't find us. And when he shot everybody, he shot both of my teachers, and my teacher fell onto the ground.
That is so traumatic for a kid to have to go through this and replay it and talk about it for however long that this story is going to be front news.
He says that his teachers, Miss Irma Garcia and Miss Eva Morales, saved their lives. The boy went on to say a girl tried to call police, but when the shooter heard her, he shot her. Cops barged into the classroom, reporting to him, and a shootout followed. He says police then called out, telling kids to yell, "Help if you need help." The boy says the shooter then killed her, and all of his and several other kids in the classroom hid.
There's a table and there's a black curtain on top, and then I told my friend to hide under there, and then one of my classmates got shot 5 times, but when the cops came into our classroom, he said, "Oh my God," when he saw all the dead bodies and blood.
This boy and several others made it out alive. It's a miracle. Some others actually survived all of this. Our hearts just aches in terms of what this child and others have been through that day. You know, as a mom, you think you send your child to school hoping they'll make it back home, and sadly, this did not happen for some reason.
Something we as parents and Gochi never want to think about, but what a brave young boy speaking to the media just a day after that shooting.
And this is actually the next video that I was going to go into. So as you see, it says special responder learns daughter was shot when he responded to Texas school shooting.
We begin tonight, Texas in mourning, a grieving community gathering for a prayer vigil after the second deadliest elementary school shooting in American history. 21 people, most.
So if you were a bystander close to the school, and this is Texas, so I'm assuming at least 70% of people own a firearm, even if it's just one, I'm assuming. What would you do? I've heard numerous parents say, and maybe just bystanders, they're not parents to any children at that school, say that it took about an hour, and also news reports said it took about an hour to actually, after that shootout occurred with the police, it took about an hour is what the information is out. Information changes, so that could be a change, but that's what it says so far. And wow, May 24th. This is on my daughter's birthday. Um, uh, wow. So, do you feel like this is one of those uh, scenarios where a citizen arrest is due prior to? Because if the police were, it sounds like they were outgunned or yeah, outgunned, um, trying to pursue the suspect during the shootout. Is that when a citizen's arrest can come in? Is that where a lawful, law-abiding citizen can use deadly force to help the police and also save lives of the children? Um, I'm asking what would you do, but I mean, a lot of people say they wouldn't know what they'd do to them in a situation, which is true. Um, but an hour is a long time. 5 minutes is a long time in a scenario like this. If you've ever been in life-threatening scenarios or near-death experiences, it's usually a minute. You know, um, whether it's a car crash, whatever it is, something super severe like that, where people um, leave their bodies. They leave this physical body alone. So, I just want to hear your thoughts in the comments.
Mostly children gunned down in Uvalde.
Here's a look at some of those victims now as we learn heartbreaking new details about who they were. So far, 10 students and 2 teachers who died have been identified.
The massacre unfolding just days before summer break.
Investigators now searching for a motive as we learn new details about the gunman. We have complete team coverage, beginning with Local 10's Bridget Matter, live in Uvalde, Texas, with the very latest details. Bridget.
Well, it's just so hard to describe how heartbreaking this really is. We spent the day talking to people, everyone from families to police officers, Border Patrol agents, even mothers who drove from San Antonio, Texas with flowers with no connection to this at all, just wanting to pay their respects. The biggest question on...
Shout out to those women. That's solid. There's definitely a matriarch energy going on. One video I did earlier, a woman supposedly was handcuffed and was told that she wasn't, she couldn't go in the building because she wanted to go get her kids. Since during that time the police weren't doing, I don't know if the police had already got shot. I don't know if they were calling for the tactical team or SWAT or whatever the case is. So definitely shout out to those mothers, and shout out to that mother I'm talking about now who supposedly said she was handcuffed. I believe a reporter said that law enforcement denied that, but she supposedly was handcuffed and ended up just running in the school. She hopped a fence, ran in, grabbed her kids, and her kids. She actually saved her kid's life, possibly, right? So shout out to that mother.
On everyone's mind, on America's mind, is why did this happen? Robb Elementary School in the quaint town of Uvalde, Texas, is the center of a school mass shooting investigation. It's rattled the small...
mass shootings at school for way over 10 years from when I was in school. Way over 20 years I remember shooting before. So, why does it continue happening? It's the thing, right?
Small, quiet town.
Their stories are heartbreaking, and God bless them.
19 children and 2 teachers are dead after an 18-year-old gunman opened fire inside a joint classroom. But the suspect's rampage started at his home, where he shot his grandmother.
See, that's another thing. He should have been apprehended before that. I forgot that he shot his grandmother, and I believe he killed her before he went on the rampage. Like, if you'd have checked this young man's social media, probably was leaving clues all over the place. He had to. Then I heard another one. His grandfather said he didn't even have transportation and he didn't know how to drive. So there's definitely some accomplices that are going to be or should be um, held somewhat accountable.
Mother. First thing that happened was the gunman shot his grandmother in the face.
Shot in the face.
She then
died.
contacted police.
What? His grandmother's a soldier. She got shot in the face with the AR-15. Well, those are the guns that they're talking about, so I don't know if that was the case or not. But shot in the face, and she was able to call the police. They should have been on it. They might have. I don't know how close the school was from his house or not, or from where he shot her in the face, but they definitely weren't. You know what I mean? Send the ambulance over there, fire department, and send the police where he going. Well, I guess she didn't know, but his friend said they knew that this guy was off his rockers.
The gunman fled, and as he was fleeing, he had an accident just outside of the elementary school, and he ran into the school.
He then.
Oh, so it seems like he just picked this school because he's like, man, I'm ready to get caught. I don't know if the law enforcement was behind him or he just crashed because he's freaking out. So, wow.
Barricaded himself inside the classroom, armed with AR-15 style rifles, wearing tactical gear. He exchanged fire with police until Border Patrol agents killed him.
4 of my agents were actually part of that initial entry team. Also DPS, also Uvalde PD, the school district police. It was a group effort.
Chief Jason Owens with Customs and Border Patrol says his agents pulled children from windows. He also says his agents were affected by this tragedy.
While the investigation is still ongoing, and we have had some that already received notification, but yes, we did have people that were impacted by the events in history.
The Texas Rangers are the lead investigating agency. The question of motive remains. Police piecing together the suspect's digit.
I said this in my other video earlier about the guns, like, or people buying guns. Come on, man, they could have checked the social media and seen all this stuff, and this guy's crazy.
Footprint. We know he was active on social media, messaging a teen girl living in Germany just before the shooting. The chilling texts include, quote, shoot up an elementary school, then this. I just shot my grandmother in the head. I'm going to shoot up an elementary school right now. That last message sent at 6:21 p.m. German time, which would have been 11:21 in Uvalde, Texas. 11 minutes later, police received their first call of a shooting at Robb Elementary School. He posted on Facebook and tagged another girl.
I have a problem with I get it. Phones, but I have a problem with so many people on their phones and nobody actually saved those kids. I'm talking about the people that were there prior to the tactical team and all of that.
On Instagram, and a photo showing 2 AR-15 style rifles.
Oh, yeah. Them Jones clean, too, yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
The first post was to the point of, he said, I'm going to shoot my grandmother. The second post was, I shot my grandmother.
What?
The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was, I'm going to shoot an elementary school.
What?
And we learned the gunman turned 18 a little more than a week ago. So in the days following that, he purchases 2 AR-15 style rifles and 375 rounds of ammunition. Nicole Calvin.
The details that we've learned today are just so tragic in this story. And Bridget, we also learned that suspect he barricaded himself inside the school for quite some time.
He did. He was in there for up to an hour.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video, or dislike it if you don't like it. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, concerns. We can discuss this. And, subscribe and share the video.